Hey, what's good with y'all, man? What's good, Black Rain 303, Renee Gaines, Chris Creek. How y'all doing today? All right, let me turn this down. What I'm sounding like, what I'm sounding like. Hey, what's good, y'all? It's the Thawahgabar for Black Authentic Truth. The 101 episode, 101. Okay. It's a little low. All right, let me see. Because it shouldn't be a little low. So obviously I must have did something. Let's see here. We're going to So what I'll do is I'll disconnect the mic. I sound good. That's what's up. Chris Creek, thank you. Yeah, man. Chris, you said these wicked white people are not like us. I live in a white neighborhood. They're all wicked secretly and outright. Well, when it comes to understanding who we are, who everyone is as a people, you know um as a nation, whether or not uh you because I've had people that have treated me good that are part of the white race. Um, I have someone that I love that is actually white. You know what I mean? My friend's mother, you know what I mean? She kind of low key was like a second mother growing up. But even with all of that, it doesn't take away who white people are as a nation of people. You know what I'm saying? So, two things can be true at the same time. You probably have white people that show compassion, that do philanthropy work for black people and all of that. But as a group of people, yes, according to the Bible, they are the wicked of the earth. You understand? They are the wicked. Um, that doesn't mean that I can't go out in the world and be professional. That doesn't mean that I can't even have compassion on seeing something happen to a child. You know what I mean? Very great man in my school, General Hyman, was just talking about seeing a video of a starving Palestinian child where the child looked like a walking skeleton. And the child was just saying that they wish they could go back to when they had food. And this is all because of a group of white people that claim to be God's chosen people that want that land. And so they're starving these people. But yet you can still feel compassion on a child, even though they are not our people. You get what I'm saying? And so I say that to say you can have compassion on someone that is not your race. You can also do business and be professional and courteous and say thank you and open doors for somebody. It ain't gonna kill you, it ain't gonna hurt. But you always have to understand who they have been. And you always have to keep that in the back of your mind, the track record. See, we can't wipe away that track record. That track record is what they're trying to wipe away right now with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is trying to erase Black history and trying to take away the accomplishments of Black people. Also, what they're trying to do, well, they've been doing that, but I'm sure pretty much everybody knows about critical race theory, where they were trying to take away the idea that white people were oppressors, and they don't want their children growing up in school hearing about all the evil that they have done to the North American Indians, to Black people, and even now, Mexican people. So, you know, It is what it is, but we have to always remember that. And we have to, as Black people, we have to be smart enough to not put ourselves in those type of spaces where it is only us and we're surrounded by all of them. Unfortunately, we don't know the truth of who we are and the truth of who they are. So, we go through this life like it's the American life, the American dream, and not knowing that, the things that were happening in the past are still happening now. Like it would be very naive for people to say, just because you don't see these things happening, don't mean they're not happening. We're talking about having slave breeding farms. We're talking about, you know, them digging up, finding graves in Canada, mass graves of 200 children, Native Indian children, unmarked graves. We're talking about some heinous stuff that has happened to Black and brown people at the hands of these people that have been covered up. But don't think for a minute that because we don't see it, and I'm not talking just to you, Chris, I'm just saying, don't think for a minute just because you don't see it that it is not happening. And some of the stuff that is happening behind closed doors, away from cameras, is stuff that you would probably think would only happen in a horror film. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff like, on the outside in the media, Black people are made this, the big boogeyman. And they talk about Black on Black crime and uh, Chicago. And that is the thing that is the worst thing of society. Oh, no, it is not. No, it is not. I promise you, there are some things that are going on behind the scenes that these people are doing that is from the depths of hell. That is probably the most horrible and evilest thing you would ever think a person could imagine to do to another human being. You know, one of the things is, just taking people's lives to harvest their organs. There's a black market for organs. Like, it's crazy of the things that they are doing behind the scenes. And every now and then a whistle, somebody gets away, or somebody is able to speak about what happened. They survive, and you hear about the evil that they're doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna get right to it. I appreciate everybody that's tapping in. I really do. I appreciate brothers and sisters that rocking with me for a long time. Black Rain. I keep on saying Black Rain. I don't know why I keep saying that. Black Rain. My apologies, but my main man Black Rain 303. Kalmaz Boff is in here. Renee Gaines is in here. I assume that Black Dazzle and her husband will be in here, right? Yeah. So I want to talk about. I'll get to that story later, but it's a story about a Black father that disappeared. My sister, actually, Renee, sent it to me. Appreciate that, Renee. It's a disturbing story, but it goes into what I was just talking about the evils that we don't know that are actually happening. I mean, things that straight out of a damn movie. So I'm gonna start off with Druski. Okay, I'm gonna talk about Druski. Everybody knows who. Well, everybody probably has heard about this viral skit that kind of caused a mini outrage with white folks because Druski, a comedian online, he does skits, a lot of little different skits and stuff. This is the second time he portrayed himself as a white person, putting on makeup and all of that. I think the first one was like, when a white boy is he hangs with Black people in the hood. This one was of a redneck at a NASCAR event. So I'm gonna play the video. So this video caused some uproar. A lot of people was talking about, well, why can't we now if the tables was turned, if white people did that, and I'm gonna get to that, I'm gonna talk about that point that they're trying to make, which makes no sense. Right. Let me see. Come on, boy!
Suanna, come on! Yeah! Born in the USA! Woo! Born in the USA! Hey, Suanna! Suanna!
She's not listening.
Hey, come up. You need to listen to your nana. Go ahead, baby.
6 o'clock.
Girl, you crazy now.
Wild.
Hey, me ma. How you doing, baby? How you doing, baby?
Man, look at the tats. I said the makeup artist needs a raise because the makeup artist really brought that, you know, that redneck look out.
Hey, me ma. How you doing, baby?
What does the tat say? Independence Day? Like, this is crazy. This now people are upset about this. People are mad at this. Some people, but some white people are saying like this is accurate, and they think that it's funny. They don't have no problem with it. So I'm not saying everybody had a problem with it, but the makeup artist is crazy.
How you doing, man? Good. All right now. Hey, you lost, boy?
No, I'm going to the race.
What race?
NASCAR race.
You going to NASCAR?
Yes, sir. A little bit.
You ain't lost, did you?
No, I'm good. I'm going to the race, sir.
Sure about that?
Yes, sir.
Find something safe to do, boy. Yeah. If liquor don't kill us, pussy must. Oh, that fucker will go. I see. Dan Arthur.
Randy Van Devin.
Dan Arthur. Oh, South Dakota.
Yeah.
Damn right. Proud to be American.
That's crazy, right? This skit, it went viral. Everybody is you know, it's fun to me. It's funny. It has some stuff in it that I say, yeah, okay, I see that how people I see how they would get outraged, you know what I mean? Because it's so on point and so direct, right? But it's art at the end of the day. It is, you know what I'm saying? It's like he's a comedian, it's art, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not the same thing. Because what they were saying was this white face is harmful. And it brings up, you know, racial issues, and it's harmful. Really? And they were saying, well, what if white people did the same? I don't know what planet Earth you've been living on, but white people have been doing that up until this time. They've been doing, you know, during Halloween, dressing up in blackface up until this time. And then when people confront them about it and bring it out, they say, oh, I didn't know about the historical context. You know what I'm saying? So like, that ain't nothing. Like, what if white people did it? They've been doing it. But the reason why it's not the same is because, let me pull up this image. You see, blackface comes from what they call minstrelsy, minstrel shows. And in those minstrel shows, white actors would put blackface on in order to act like black people. And you had characters like Zip Coon and Jim Crow, Jim Crow, right? And that's what those laws later on was named after, them Jim Crow laws, those laws where white faucet, black faucet. But this was rooted in racial prejudice and hatred and bigotry. So white crowds would go to watch these guys, these white men dress up as black people and shuck and jive across the stage and dance and act lazy and act in an exaggerated way in which they thought black people acted. And that was their comedy. They got a kick out of seeing white people dress up and portray black people, mock black people's ways, act like black people. And it was at a time where black people couldn't even act, couldn't even play themselves on camera. White people played black people. So let me pull this up real quick. So here's some images, so just so you can understand, you can get to see what I'm talking about. So white people played black people. You understand? And so it's not the same when they talk about Druski. They say Druski, that's harmful, what he's doing, what he did in that skit, because of the racial connotation behind it. But you got to understand, these people like Druski they're not coming from a historical place. They're not coming. We live in a time where social media makes things very available. Now, they wasn't mad at, let's just say, Dave Chappelle when he used to dress it, he would be in the white face as the white reporter. They wasn't mad at Dave Chappelle. They wasn't mad at, they didn't have nothing to say about Robert Downey Jr. when he, in that movie Tropic Thunder, when he was, blackfacing as a black man. They didn't get upset when the Wayans brothers did white chicks. You feel me? But now they upset at, Druski for portraying a redneck. Make it make sense. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. Kalmar said, I guess why people forgot about the college student who posted herself on Instagram in blackface. I forgot about that. It happens a lot. It happens all the time. Or the college party where more than 5 students was dressed in blackface. Yeah. Yes. So no, there's never an outrage because of that. And so how I look at it is like, this situation just shows you how they want to play victim. They want to somehow position themselves, center themselves as a victim, as poor old me. Look at them. They're making fun of me. When it is not the same. It can never be the same. Druski is not dressing up in whiteface as a redneck because he hates the color of white people's skin. That's not why Druski is doing it. That's not why Dave Chappelle did it. You understand? That's not why the Wayans brothers did it. But in history, from a historical context, when white people did it, it was because of a racial hatred in the color of our skin. So it can't be the same. You can't have it both ways. And I think a lot of people need to have a history lesson. You need some history. See, that's why critical race theory is so harmful. That's why erasing Black history, which is basically American history, is so harmful, because then you have people that want to play the victim over this Druski skit when they don't know the history. They don't know the terrible history, and maybe they should learn it. All right? Maybe they should learn it. Tropic Thunder was a movie I'm assuming you're saying you can only watch once. I've actually never seen Tropic Thunder. I just remember some scenes where Robert Downey Jr. is trying to talk like a black man. You know what I'm saying? I only remember some scenes, but, it didn't cause a stir the way this Druski skit is causing. And I think Tropic Thunder probably would have been a little bit before the internet really hit, where everything is viral and people get canceled over, you know, sensitivity, over people's sensitivity. Yeah, so that's that on that situation, right? It can't not be it couldn't be the same. Could not be the same. Now I want to move on to this story where Black residents were experimented on. All right, I'm gonna play this video. And then it's gonna be a short live. So then I'm gonna get to this brother that came up missing, which is crazy, you know. Share the screen. Mm-hmm. Make it big.
Now to a News Nation exclusive investigation into a secret government experiment that was carried out in St. Louis. Residents tell us they still remember a mysterious fog. Children would run through it. Mothers would try and close their windows against it. For decades, they all had questions, and now we're seeking answers. The United States Army now admits that it sprayed a chemical that contained cadmium, a known carcinogen, on a neighborhood of more than 10,000 people. Critics say this was done with no warning and no consent. Well, tonight we return to the site of that demolished neighborhood and speak with former residents who believe the government turned them into human test subjects. Although the Army admits that the test happened, it is not admitted to harming the residents. News Nation's Natasha Zuvez investigates what was in the fog and why the truth may still be buried.
The fog drifted through the streets like a ghost.
That's exactly what it looked like, a thick fog.
It was summertime, it was hot. We would just run through it as fast as we could and try to just cool ourselves off. It stuck to you.
The spray was so foul as far as the odor. It made some of us have headaches, nausea, dizziness.
That's what I remember. It made me sick.
It wasn't the weather. It was an eerie smoke descending from rooftops, rolling from the backs of trucks.
Regular fat.
Like, how many stories like this are we gonna hear that come out? And Black Rain, you was right about this story in St. Louis. But how many stories, y'all, that we hear that some type of experimentation was being done to either Black residents, Native Indians, or Mexican people? How many? And they want to erase history. You know, like this, the history is full of, the history of America is full of heinous crimes. I would say crimes against humanity, like, you know, the highest level of crime you could commit, war crimes, whatever you want to call it. It is filled with these type of incidents in the history of America.
That truck, but it had a big machine on the back, and it had a big nozzle that really sprayed a fog you couldn't even see through. It was that thick, and it really, we felt it as it would adhere to our skin. And as far as the guys on top of the buildings, they tried to portray them to us as maintenance workers.
Damn.
But we was like, what is a maintenance worker doing? And basically a hazmat suit. And they had masks and goggles.
In the 1950s and 60s, in secret, the U.S. Army sprayed zinc cadmium sulfide into the air of a St. Louis housing project, a largely Black neighborhood called Pruitt-Igoe.
It was a lose-lose situation for us in Pruitt-Igoe. We were subjects. We were subjects.
They didn't ask for our permission. We didn't ask for them to spray us. My government used me like I was a guinea pig.
We're standing at where Pruitt-Igoe used to be here in St. Louis, and it's hard to believe more than 10,000 people used to live here. As we bring our drone up, you can see it's mostly just an empty lot now, overgrown with trees. This used to be filled with 33 high-rise buildings. It was all demolished in 1976. And according to the National Research Council, St. Louis was chosen for spraying experiments because it had similar characteristics to Soviet targets like Moscow in terms of population density and terrain and proximity to a river.
It's crazy. Now they decided to use this area where Black residents stayed, basically in projects, because it was similar to Soviet targets. Meaning before the United States says, okay, we're going to go to war, we're going to fight Russia, we're going to fight Iran, whoever, we're first going to use Black people. We're going to use them as the guinea pigs. We're going to test it on so-called citizens, the lower class of the citizens, the second class citizens. We'll test these things on them first to see what is the effects, what is the long-term effects. And then at the end, when it all comes out, we'll say, yeah, it happened, but we can't admit to, you having physical problems from it. We admit that it happened, but the fact that you probably got cancer now, like we can't conclusively say that is why you got cancer. If that is not a devil, I don't know what is. If that is not diabolical and demonic, I don't know what is. I don't. Let me keep going. I'm gonna scrub through. Let me get to the ending part.
Cold War. But for Pruitt-Igoe residents, there's a catch. Because key records remain classified, they haven't been able to prove what they were exposed to.
What do you want everyone to know about what happened here?
The truth. Whatever the truth is, we want to know the truth. I don't think we get it now.
In the meantime, residents say all they can do is wait, hoping someone finally listens.
When will you give up this fight?
Never. Till I'm cold and dead and buried in my grave.
And Elizabeth, we asked the Army point blank, was there a radioactive component to that spray? It's interesting that they didn't just say no. Rather, they said, quote, none of the reports contained evidence of a radioactive component, pointing us to reports like a review by the National Research Council.
They said none of the reports said that this happened. It's like asking a devil to investigate himself. You ever heard that term? People be like, you're going to ask, the police to investigate themselves. I mean, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's the situation these brothers and sisters are in, because they're talking about paying out people if they can prove that this happened to them. The problem is that they have not declassified the files to be able for these people to be able to prove that this actually happened. Now, you see all of these people, they're up in age. They remember this vividly when they were children. They're telling you, the government has admitted to actually doing it. But, they won't declassify the file so that these people can actually get the answers and the evidence that they need to prove that they went through this so they can be properly compensated.
But Elizabeth, a close read of that report shows even the NRC admitted they could not fully assess the risk of the spraying, because when they asked the Army for key records, the Army replied the documents were either classified or they were missing. The Army could not find them. And Elizabeth, I have to tell you, these residents feel the government is waiting them out. The people you just heard from last night and tonight are the ones who are still here, who are well enough to speak. One woman we were supposed to meet with died before we could get to her. She was suffering from multiple cancers. Her daughter asked us to keep going, and we will.
I mean, there you have it. The residents is like, well, you know what? We think they're just waiting for us to die. They just want us to die so this story could go away and nobody could ever talk about it again. They can never talk about it again. They wanted to talk to one sister, said she had multiple cancers and she died before they can get a chance to talk to her. So this is the United States government, what they did to Black people, to our people. You know, historically, this is not a single incident. This has happened a lot. I'm pretty sure there will be in the future some things that will come out that you probably will blow our minds that they've been doing that we have never known they were doing. You know what I mean? But it was right in front of our face. Like they said, when they were children, they used to hurry up and run through the fog and it would stick to you, stick to your skin, and you get nausea and you get a headache and all of that. And it didn't affect them then, but now later on, people have all type of medical problems, the most serious being cancer. And the United States government doesn't want to take responsibility for what they've done to these people. And I'm just going to paraphrase. There's a precept in the Bible where it talks about people that lay on their beds and they think of evil things to do to other people. They think of United States government thought about evil things to do to Black people. And when they have the opportunity, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand to do so. It was in their power of their hand to come and spray these communities and then say, oh, these are just maintenance men. And the kids is not stupid. The kids is like, well, why you got a hazmat suit on? You don't look like a maintenance man. Whole time, the whole community is being used as a damn experiment, a biological experiment. Is really biological warfare, because if they're doing this to experiment, it's the same thing they would use on their enemies, who they were experimenting for, the Soviet Union. So this is not the first, and I don't think it's the last story that will come out where the United States has used biological warfare against Black people, its own citizens. All right, so let me drop this. I'm gonna get to this story that was sent to me today about this brother Darius Cosley. I believe that's his name. It's crazy. So this article is from Facebook, and now I'm going to play a video. So let me see if I could share this tab. Maybe I'll make it bigger over here. So this is from Misha Strands. This is from yesterday. It says, this is crazy. It says, Detroit, Michigan, concern is growing after a 35-year-old father and his 2-week-old baby vanished during what should have been a simple trip to a free car seat giveaway. Darius Cosley, a single dad devoted to raising his newborn son, Divine, was last spotted entering a fire station near Livernois and 7 Mile. He had his baby strapped to his chest when he walked in around 2:45 p.m. for the event, which was hosted by a nonprofit focused on child safety. Witnesses say Darius signed in, completed paperwork, and was escorted to the back room for a car seat fit check. But strangely, neither he nor Divine were seen coming back out. Volunteers recall him being in good spirits, smiling, and proud of his new role as a father. Even more unsettling, his phone was discovered inside a diaper bag left behind in the building. Security footage shows them walking in, but provides no sign of them leaving. Police have not released any official suspects, but theories are circulating online, with some pointing to the possibility of an underground adoption scheme or something even darker. The baby's mother, who reportedly moved out of state shortly after giving birth, has denied having any connection to the disappearance. Of course, I mean, if she's not there, why would she have she's in a whole nother state. Why would she have a connection to the disappearance? Now, this is a wild story, y'all. It doesn't make any damn sense. It's one of those stories. And let me just play this video. Okay, there is like a little news clip I'm gonna play. About 2-minute clip. Let me see if I can get it. There we go.
Imagine walking into a fire station with your newborn baby and never being seen again. That's the mystery surrounding 35-year-old father Darius Cosley and his 2-week-old son Divine in Detroit. Darius was a proud single dad. On the afternoon of the disappearance, he strapped baby Divine to his chest and headed to a free car seat giveaway near Livernois and 7 Mile. The event was hosted by a nonprofit focused on child safety,
Okay,
a place families should feel secure. Security.
So basically, I didn't screen this one, but so basically, this is saying what I just read. It's just so it says DAX News, but I'm gonna keep playing it just to give y'all, just for anybody that just popped in.
Footage confirms Darius and Divine walked in around 2:45 p.m. Witnesses say he checked in, filled out paperwork, and was escorted to a back room for a car seat fit check. But here's where things get strange. No one ever saw him or the baby come back out. Volunteers remember him being in good spirits, smiling, proud of his new role as a father. Hours later, his phone was discovered inside a diaper bag left behind in the building. Yet, there's no camera angle showing him leaving with his child. Police haven't named any suspects, but theories are spreading fast online. Some suggest an underground adoption scheme or even darker possibilities. Meanwhile, the baby's mother, who left the state shortly after giving birth, has publicly denied having any connection to the disappearance. Right now, Darius's family is begging for answers and urging anyone with information to come forward. This case has left the community shaken and full of questions. How could a father and newborn simply vanish from a fire station in broad daylight? As investigators continue their search, the hope is for Divine and Darius to be found safe. We'll keep you updated as more details unfold.
Yeah. Like Black Dazzle said, this is disturbing. It's disturbing. You understand? It is disturbing. Y'all give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Move this. 1 second. I'm back. Yes, but this is a disturbing story. How do you walk inside of a building that is a fire station and it's a nonprofit there that's giving away car seats? Why do you have to go for a car in the back for a car seat fit check? Like, I don't know, maybe somebody can help me out. I mean, I thought car seats is just, they fit every child. Like whether, okay, I understand newborns are very small, but I thought they pretty much, a car seat can fit what, from a newborn to like 3 years old or something like that. I don't know. Somebody help me out. It's been a long time since my kids were babies, but he goes in on camera and then the camera doesn't catch him come out. So obviously, where's this? Livernois? It said Detroit, but Livernois, Michigan, or Detroit, 7 Mile. Obviously, this nonprofit, this fire station, they're all in cahoots. They said investigators are looking like, what is there to investigate? That's why I don't like when it comes to us, when you're talking about a camera, the camera is telling you ain't nobody came out. He went in, but he didn't come out. So we have to focus the investigation on where he went at. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like I don't know, y'all. It's like when it comes to a camera, it's like if you do a crime, if I did a crime, let's just say I'm not saying I would, but let's say I snatch somebody's purse, or I'll just punch somebody on the street and the camera got me, and then the police catch me. I'm on camera. Yeah, it's going to work that way because I'm on camera. I'm going down. Now, when the camera is the other way and it's proven somebody done something to us, it's like, we have to, finish the investigation. We have to get all the detail. What details? The camera is showing you. What other details do you need? It's on camera. The police shot him. He didn't have a weapon. We need to do more investigation and deep dive. You don't need to do no more investigation. You need to focus on what the camera showed you. In this case with this brother Darius, they said he went in and he didn't come out on camera. So there's obviously some foul play in that. And it said something even darker, which, like, I started this off with a brother was in here. I don't know if you still here. Let me see. What was his name? Chris. When Chris was up, he spoke about living around a lot of white people and how they are, whatever the case may be, right? And then the conversation, the discussion took a different turn with just in a broader scope with the evils that happen. Y'all just seen this story we just went over with them experimenting on Black residents. So there's things that these people do in the dark, and because people don't see it, they don't think that this stuff is actually happening. And it's on the level of a horror film. It's on the level of a Hollywood script when it's found out, when it's brought out. The Epstein files, that's on the level of a Hollywood script. You don't want to think that these people that are supposed to be politicians and world leaders wearing suits and ties are somewhere on some island doing God knows what to little children. You don't want to have to think that, but that's the world that you live in. That's the evil world that you fucking live in. You better wake the fuck up. You better wake the fuck up. Excuse my language. That's the world you live in. There's a video with a 14-year-old somewhere at a barn party. He's the only Black person in the barn party, and it's nothing but white teenagers, and they whooping the hell out of him. And you have to think, like, this is the mindset of Black people. We go everywhere, we be everywhere. We think we just can do whatever we want to do, but not realizing just because you don't see things happen like how they used to happen in the past, don't mean they still are not happening. You'll never catch me in a place where I'm surrounded by all white people. I'm sorry. That's my preference. But I got self-preservation and I got, some street sense. I would never be a place where I'm the only Black person. So you can end up like that sister at that slumber party at the bottom of a stair, deceased, and nobody know how you got there. Or you can end up like the sister that had the white boyfriend at the pool party, at the bottom of the pool party, at the bottom of the pool, drowned to death, and nobody know how you got there. You better wake the fuck up. I'm sorry. That's the Black authentic truth. You better wake up. And I'm not saying that about this brother. Who would have thought you come up missing at a free car seat giveaway? It's came out that they do human trafficking. It's came out there's a dark web. It's came out already. Don't be dumb and naive to think that something like this can't happen. It doesn't happen, or it can't happen to you. You act like it can't happen to you. Black Rain said, wait, let me, Sister Baratanawa said, why would you need to go in the back? All the baby car seats should have been right there. Come on, man. Come on. Like, I thought that too. Think about, because they have these a lot. They have back to school giveaways. Why do you have to go for a fit check on a backpack? Everything should be laid out on the table right there. Usually they do, when they do these things, it's a lot of different organizations there. It's camera people there, for the newspaper. It's people documenting all of this stuff, these giveaways. So why do you have to go in a back room for a fit check? You know what I mean? My antennas would have probably been up right there, because if I'm somewhere like that and I don't see no one else there, and they're telling me, okay, now go to this back room for a fit check, you know, and you get back there and you're surrounded by men, white men, and they, you know, shoot you with something or put something over your mouth and grab your arms and you're out. Next thing you know, you're out. And here we are with this story. We don't know what happened to this brother. And they're investigating. Black Rain said, like the movie Hostel. Right. Like the movie Hostel. Like the movie Hostel. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't know what time it is. And we live in an evil world. We live in a wicked world where people are preying on you. And it's easy to prey on Black people because we're so damn dumb. We're so damn delirious and dumb and delusional and think like we live in a post-racial society when we don't. It has been proven plenty of times that we do not live in a post-racial society. It has also been proven that the same evils that were happening in the past are still happening. You can literally go online right now and see, have you seen my daughter? My daughter is missing. Have you seen this woman? This woman has been missing for a day or two. Black people. Have you seen this boy, this 15-year-old boy? He's missing. Last seen here. Black people. It is a literal operation going on, snatching Black people off the goddamn streets. And you out here, you know, twerking and online arguing about 50-50. You out here, you know, talking about how much money you got and how big your chain is, how much money you spent on a chain. It's a damn operation going on your people disappearing like, you know, crazy. Black Rain said, especially now, Trump is calling in the troops against our people under the guise of crime. Come into a city near you, and some of our people are for it. Yeah, some of our people are for it, which is so silly. Some are, and for people who don't know, Black Rain is in the military. Khan went to give away for the beginning of school in LA for my nephew. It was all out. They do one, where I used to live, they used to do a big one, a giveaway. And, you know, everything will be out. Everything is out in the open. It ain't no, oh, let's go to this back room. Let's go to the back room so we can see if the backpack fits. We have different sizes of backpacks. No, it's right there in the front. It's like a good photo op for the city, for the community, for you know, the nonprofits. It's a good look for them. So it's all out in the open where people can take pictures. You know, the kids hold up their backpacks and they can put those pictures on brochures or put those pictures in newspapers to say, look at what we did. Look what we did in the community. It's never behind the scenes. Like giveaways are never behind the scenes. It's never behind the scenes because people want the community to know we're giving away something. What's the point of having a whole bunch of stuff that you're giving away, but you're somewhere hidden inside a warehouse building or inside a fire station, inside another back room? Like, why isn't it like not in front of the fire station with the firefighters lined up? That's how you would think it would go. You know what I mean? But they don't have no answers for this brother missing, him just disappearing, him in broad daylight. Said he went in there at 2:45 and he didn't come out. Camera got him going in, but the camera doesn't have him going out. Then they found a bag in there with, you know, the baby stuff in there. So let's all keep an eye on this story of Darius Cosley. Livernois. I never heard of Livernois, like Illinois, Livernois. I never heard of it. Livernois, 7th mile. Darius Cosley, new father. I guess the girlfriend had the baby and left him, went to another state, but he's happy to be a new father. Walks into a car seat giveaway at a fire station with his baby strapped to his chest. Witnesses say he looked very happy. And then he's directed to a back room for a fit check, and he never comes out. Let's keep an eye on this brother. Prayers is up for this brother, all right? So with that, I think I'll play one more video. I'm gonna play one more video, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. There's another video I seen. Let's see. Now I'm going to blow this up.
By yourself?
Yes, sir.
How much did you get per pound? What did they pay per pound for that?
Well, he was cheap then.
How much?
I just remember now, but he more nothing.
50 cents a day, $1 a day?
Well, something like that, I reckon.
You ever pick cotton by task? You know what task work means?
No, as I never picked none by no task.
You pick by row?
No, I used to pick by the 100. They pay you for so much, 100 for pick.
You ever put a rock in your bag?
No, sir. Don't put no rock there. And they neither.
Now, this is some. Let me see if I can get it. I want to put myself on the screen, but this is sound like some new reporters, new to the profession, asking a brother. I don't know where this is at, but it's definitely in the South. He's an older gentleman picking cotton, and it seems as though they just walked up to him, and start asking him questions. Now, this older brother he's a gentle, sweet brother, elderly man. And I assume that he, agreed to talk to them. But just catch what this devil just asked him. Now, he just asking him about picking cotton. And give me 1 second. Let me see if I can put myself on. And this devil, and let me rewind it. I want you to pay attention to what he asked him.
They pay you for so much, 100 for pick.
You ever put a rock in your bag?
No, sir.
He asked him, have you ever put a rock in your bag? As to say that, try to cheat and get away with more money by putting some weight in the bag, or to make weight by putting a rock in the bag. What kind of question is that? That question is so freaking disrespectful. You get what I'm saying? What would make this white man ask this elderly black man something like that? You have to have no conscience. And you're so disconnected from reality that you're looking at this black man as like he's some type of zoo animal or some shit to ask him that.
Don't put no rock there. And they neither.
Never?
Never.
Okay, thank you.
Always enjoy that crown.
Right, Shalot. That's what they would do. That's what they would do, because they wouldn't be able to make weight. You understand? That's what they would do. That's what they would do in the cotton field, in the fruit field, in any field. They would cheat their way out of work.
Do when you pick it, you separate that?
Yes, and see him? See this here when it goes in, you see, it be a bowl. And then that bowl gets right then, and then it goes open, and then you pull it out like that.
Now, you get special, don't you get a little more money for picking it that way than if you just pick the bowl with it?
Well, if you just pick the bowl with it, so you'll get more that way, but they don't pick it yet like that. But in the city now, they tell you bring everything but that stuff. Just strip it over. See, they got gins down in Mississippi. The up here, they ain't got no gin. Not clean this stuff. No, I don't wake none. And my knees bother me, and my back, that arthritis rheumatism. And I don't wake none.
How old are you?
Oh, let me see. I'm around about 75 or 80 years old or more. I've been retired.
May I ask him what's the most amount of money you ever made in a year picking cotton?
Do you remember the most amount of money you ever made in a year picking cotton?
No.
These questions are really stressing me out, y'all. They're really stressing me out. These questions stressing me out. She asked him, do you remember how much money you made in a year picking cotton? As though people that were working in the fields was taking, taking into account how much money they was making. You know what I'm saying? Filing taxes or some shit.
I know to keep up with that. It'll sit a little bit till I didn't know. I just got to get it and go ahead on.
Don't save it. Just
he said, I didn't keep up with that. Whatever I got is just such a little bit. I just go on and keep going. And she said, don't save it. No, bitch, he can't save it. He don't got enough money to save nothing. What's wrong with these people? It ain't nothing to save. He said, what he's supposed to be able to pick cotton, get a little bit of money and put some to the side and save it and have a bank account or something. Like, I don't know, y'all. I know I'm doing too much, y'all, but good night. Like, what made them come and ask this, brother? Listen, I appreciate being able to see this video. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate being able to see, my ancestors in the act of doing, what they were doing at that time. But the line of questioning is crazy. The questions that they're asking him was just out of line. Like Shala said, that's why I don't worship money. Black Dazzle said they are extremely intrusive, cunning, and disingenuous. Definitely, thank you. Because the line of questioning doesn't feel very sincere. Right.
You had to buy stuff with it. That's like stuff high now. You can't hardly make it now.
I don't know. I'm saying I'm gonna assume from the way this video is, I'm gonna assume we're looking at the 60s when this video was taken. And he's saying, I gotta buy stuff with it. You can just like today, you can't hardly live now. So he's an old timer because he's saying just like today, you can't hardly live now.
Those I get a little old check and it don't hardly take care of my expenses. Time I buy my food, pay my house rent, and insurance, light bill, and buy my food, and buy my clothes. It don't leave me over $2-3.
Do you live by yourself?
No, that's my wife down there.
How about your children? Where are they?
Well, my children, they ain't here.
Where'd they go?
They're up north somewhere.
In the cities?
Yeah, I'm in the city somewhere.
Can we watch you pick a little bit?
Yeah.
Can we watch you pick a little bit?
Yes, ma'am. You watch me fix it. Yes, we can fix it up.
And she asked another dumbass question. Can we watch you pick a little bit? You've been here asking them dumbass questions. Like, yeah, man, but you know, that just shows you how, like, it almost was like it was like a fun experiment to go out into the cotton field and find some random black person to ask them some dumbass questions, some disingenuous, like Black Dazzle said, some disingenuous questions, where you kind of already know the answer to, right? As if he was a show pony, right? As if they could go back to wherever they came from, to the city, and say, "Oh, look, we were in the field with some ex-slaves picking cotton, and gotta, asking them questions and laugh about it, and just get a kick out of it." So, I wanted to bring that out because I was like, I just want to show you, like, these people don't really, they don't look at the struggles of black people as, oh, like, damn, that's messed up. They look at it as though it's like, it's entertainment. They were like really entertained. They laughed. They asked dumb questions. He asked him why he didn't has he ever put a rock in the bag, like to cheat the weight? She asked him stupid questions. It's like, they really, really were not sincere. That line of questioning was not sincere. And it just really, really just, ticked me off to even, hear him. But he had such a positive energy about him. And just look at his work ethic. And the sad part is he couldn't really remember how old he was. He said, I'm about 75, 80 years old now, but the fact that he just out there and he's still out there and that's all he know, that's his way of making money for so long. It really, it humbles. It should humble a lot of people, not just black people. It should humble a lot of people seeing a person like that out there, that age, of that caliber, still out there with a positive attitude and a good work ethic, handling their business, right? Anyway, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I'm about to I'm about to film a video with my brother Natazab. And I got an interview on GP that's coming out. So I'll probably post it here. Nice little sit down interview. I appreciate brothers and sisters for locking in, rocking with me. I know I have been inconsistent, especially with the times I've been on black people time. I've been on nigga time, especially, and so moving forward, I'm gonna try to get better with that. Also, if you've been following me, on YouTube, I haven't really been posting anything. I'm trying to just like restructure and rebrand and see what direction I want to go with Black Authentic Truth as far as the video content. Live videos, I can keep doing those, but as far as like videos, I think I want to get a little more succinct into a point of where I'm talking about specific topics, especially historical topics. So that's where I'm going with that. That's what I want to do with that. Once again, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate, let me give y'all some shout outs. Chris Creek, I appreciate you for your comments. Renee Gaines, thank you for the article you sent me earlier today. Black Rain 303, appreciate you all the time. My main man, Kyle Mosboff up in the house, Princess Nakaf in this house, Sister Bro Hour up in here, Black Dazzle always here, Shalat always up in here. Appreciate both of y'all. I had spoke on y'all, I think, before y'all was even in here. I said they'll probably drop in too. So I appreciate that. That Gamer Honesty 06, appreciate you. Yeah. So is there anything else? Let me see. Macabre, what's good? I see Macabre just popped up in here. Yeah, so let me just I'm looking for this dude. I got a different laptop, so I'm really what I'm looking for is a folder. For my outro video. I don't know. So I'm so disorganized. Where we at? Where we at? Anyway, I'll just end it like this. I'll end it. I'll just DJ the ending. I usually have a little outro video, but I'm a DJ. I'm gonna just put pictures up. All right, y'all. So with that, I hope y'all have a good evening. I hope your Sunday is going good this evening, and tomorrow be a better day. You have a good week. Whatever you got to do, y'all stay safe. I love you. This is Black Authentic Truth, and I'm out.